Hey, it's your girl Nomad Nisi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been a subscriber, then thank you so much for your support. In today's video, we are going to talk about my debt payoff plan. I know you guys have been waiting for it, so let's talk about it. So I did like an overall review of my finances and I just want to throw this disclaimer out there. So my lease ended at the end of March. So from basically April 1st to now, I've been living in my car. And I feel like there's like a transition period where I was like really comfortable with not paying rent anymore. And I kind of went spend happy because the amount of money that I seen that was calculated for how much I spent on eating out. Don't judge me, y'all. So for my debt payoff plan, what I'm going to focus on first is my car, because I still owe money on my car. My student loans are kind of, they're not necessarily on the back burner, but they're in forbearance right now because I'm still in school at this point in time. So they're not as pressing as my car payment, which is going to be my primary focus for this video. So I wrote notes, so if you see me looking down, that's why. The amount of money that I spent on eating out, we'll tackle that first. Between April and May was $807.10. Lord, that's almost $1,000 on eating out. And when I say eating out, I'm talking about, again, don't judge me. I was a little spend happy. It was an adjustment period, but I'm locked in now. Just know that. Just Starbucks, Chili's, trying new restaurants. I went to this like this like food marketplace. It was like a shop, not like a shop. Well, yeah, kind of like a shopping mall, but it was like a food court place. I went to like 4 different restaurants in the same building in the same day. Oh my God. And I'm trying to like, there was the adjustment of like not having to pay rent anymore, and on top of that, like learning how to set up a routine. I have a fridge in my car, so setting up the routine of going grocery shopping and seeing when I'm going to be running out of food so that I can make sure that I'm getting to the grocery store on time, and just setting up that whole routine and then cooking on top of that was a learning curve. Not necessarily, yeah, I'll say it was a learning curve for me, just like with meal prepping. That's what it was, meal prepping. Being able to have food already cooked on hand when it's time for me to eat, versus like, okay, like for every single meal, okay, now I got to actually cook breakfast, now I have to cook lunch, now I have to cook dinner. Now I have it tightened up to where breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I got my meals locked in. But for breakfast and lunch, I don't even have to cook anything. And it's not that I don't like to cook or I don't want to cook or anything like that. It's just the fact that cooking is time consuming. And between working full time, having 2 dogs, working out 6 days a week, I'm in school full time on top of that. Like, I do not have the time to cut out to cook every single meal. So I got to make my life easier. So breakfast, don't have to cook that. Lunch is usually some type of wrap. I don't have to cook that. Dinner is what I cook, because then I'm off of work at that point in time and I have the time to cook. What I want to do is get into the habit of like fully meal prepping, like all of my meals. Right now, I feel like I'm like, my food is meal prepped, like to the point of just like being able to like toss it into the pan. But I want to have like everything, like my dinner is just cooked, so then when it is time to eat, all I have to do is heat it up instead of like cooking it from scratch. Because even cooking raw meat from scratch, but cooking raw meat versus reheating already cooked meat, that's a time saver. And then reheating vegetables and potatoes, for example, is time saving versus like cooking them frozen. there's a few different things that I want to do to be able to save more time, but yeah, I feel like living this lifestyle, it does require a lot of logistics. Like you have to be able to be organized and structured to stay on top of stuff. Otherwise it's easy to get out of routine. It's easy to spend $807.10 on eating out when you want things to be convenient and fast and just go on about your day. But anyways, so my car, let's talk about it. I have a 2021 Nissan Rogue. I love my car so much. This car, it's such a good car. I just love it so much. But my car payment is $286.68. Yeah, per month. $286.64 a month. And I owe $8,745.76. And that was as of May 20th, so 2 days ago. So my plan is to, instead of making a monthly payment, I'm going to start making weekly payments. So I'll pay $286.64 every week, and I'll be able to pay my car off by December of this year. I feel like that's a reasonable, how long will be paid by? 628. Okay, yeah. I feel like that's a reasonable time frame to have. 7 months. Yeah, that's about 7 months. I feel like that's reasonable. Am I reasonable? No. Do I like to go above and beyond? Yes, because I'm extreme. So this is my baseline, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just dump as much money as I can every paycheck towards my car. Because I'm trying to get it paid off at ASAP. So hold me accountable, you guys. I'm not eating out anymore. I want to do start doing grocery pickup too, like order everything and then go pick it up, versus actually going into the store and going grocery shopping, because I know that eats up some of my time too. And it's like another thing I have to do when I'm trying to like focus on navigating this lifestyle. So let's see. Okay. And I'll say how much I owe on my student loans as of May 20th, which was a couple days ago, because I did look it up. But keep in mind, I'm in school right now, so this number is likely to change. It's likely to go up. When I do start paying on my loans, I'm going to start paying on the ones that are in deferment first, and then start paying on the loans that are accruing right now. And by while I'm paying on my loans while I'm still in school, my goal is to not have to be paying on them after I graduate. So by the grace of God, everything will work out as I'm hoping and as I'm planning. So as I mentioned, this number is likely going to increase because the amount of debt I owe for my student loans will accrue the longer I'm in school. So can I get a drum roll, please? I owe $49,553.95 on my student loans. And that's including my bachelor's degree, and I'm currently working on a master's. So there's that. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. You know what? I'm here for it. I think living in my car is not like, it's not bad. You know, like I feel like reeling in the spending and like eating out and stuff, like that is definitely a switch that I have to flip off, because once I get into like meal planning mode, like I'm locked in. So that switch is already off. I've already set a weekly budget for myself. I haven't eaten out all week. And I get paid weekly. So I was spending $186 out of every paycheck on eating out. Lord, Lord, Lord. But I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I did it. It's done. It's $807 I won't get back for the month. Moving on. But yeah, that's the debt update. I'll do another update next month. Like, as far as debts, I'm still going to be uploading videos in the meantime, but as far as debt updates, I think I'll do them like once a month, just to make sure that I'm still holding myself accountable, and just to keep you guys updated as well. And as far as travel goes, we are still in Florida right now. We've been in Florida for, I want to say, like two and a half weeks or so. And y'all, I always, like, I set this goal for myself that every place that we travel to, and I say we because we got Cookie Mocha in the back, every place that we travel to, I'm gonna stay there for a month so that I can have time to explore. I still work Monday through Friday during the week, so it's really hard to get out and like go, like, not get out because clearly we're already outside, but it's hard to adventure during the week because I'm still working a regular 9 to 5 Monday through Friday work schedule. So on the weekends is when we usually go out and venture and go explore stuff. So I think a month is reasonable, but considering how hot it is in Florida, I'm over it already. I'm ready to go do some more exploring, but I'm not going to be heading back to my home base until the end of June. And when I say home base, I'm referring to Minnesota. Minnesota is my home base. Different nomads sometimes have different home bases. It's usually like wherever you receive mail at. And I don't have like a home address in Minnesota, but it's where I grew up at. That's where I'm from, obviously. And I also still have my virtual mailbox is still there. So I'll be going back to my home base at the end of June, because June is when it's officially summer. And y'all, I love Minnesota summers. I don't care about the winter. I do not care. I will travel the whole world before I stay in another Minnesota winter. But the summers, outside. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. So if you liked this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.